So here's a press release from Polyfilter. Definitely one of my favorite aquarium products. Basically what this is addressing is occasionally you will open the packet and you will find the polyfilter discolored. And what that can be is if there has been a prolonged period of time where the polyfilter has been stored at over 35 degrees, which being Australian is a possibility depending on where you're keeping it. But what they're suggesting is that this does not affect the absorptive ability of the polyfilter, but will affect the color diagnosis. So if you look on the back of the polyfilter, you'll see that various colors correspond to what the polyfilter is removing. So if you have stored it above 35 degrees and it's discolored when you get it out of the packet, don't worry, you can still use it. You just can't necessarily follow the suggested diagnostic color removal. Anyway, if you haven't tried Polyfilter, I would definitely recommend it. I love Polyfilter because it is a polisher, so it'll basically remove all sorts of contaminants and accumulants out of water. The other thing I love about Polyfilter is that it does not remove the stuff that you do want. So it doesn't remove your vitamins, trace elements, and all the stuff you're actually adding and putting in the tank, nor fertilizers in solution. So if there are elevated levels of any particular things, this can remove it. If the levels are correct, then because it's got various elements built into it, it does not remove them at lower levels. So you put in the polyfilter, it starts off white. Over a period of time, it will change color to black to tell you it's actually finished. And providing you have not kept it above 35 degrees, you can get an indication of what it's removing by the color of the actual media once it starts removing something with the color code on the back. So one thing I love about Polyfilter is it's really good for moving accumulants. And accumulants are basically a word that we use to capture all the stuff that we really don't know anything about that can accumulate in an aquarium. So I find that my reef tanks run so much better. All my different types of tanks I run, cichlids, everything. I find that I love the way this polishes the water, and it definitely can stretch out your water changes. So if you want lower maintenance, I would definitely recommend running Polyfilter. Remove it with medication.